All right, guys, here we go. Straighten out my paper. Reviewing 1.2, which is solving multi-step equations. So we kind of have some steps we need to take. I have this little post-it note here. We'll refer to it. Basically, you kind of start wherever you need to on this list. So first we want to look for parentheses. So in our first example, we don't have any parentheses, so we don't need to worry about that one. Combine like terms. Remember when we're first looking at this, we are looking at each side of the equal sign. I do not have like terms here or here, so we're done with that step as well. Moving variables to one side, that's for 1.3. So you don't need to worry about that. So we need to add or subtract. When you're trying to isolate for this variable c, you want to start with addition or subtraction and then multiply or divide. You're basically undoing all these things that are happening to this c here. And you sort of start with what's farthest away and sort of peel away the layers. Work your way towards the c. So if we start with what's farthest away, we have this 19. It is a positive 19. So we know if it's a plus 19 or a positive 19, we need to use the inverse. We need to subtract 19 from each side. Now, when we do that, (19 minus 19 cancels out. We're going to bring down what is left over. Do not forget the sign that's in front of the 4c. It has to go with it. It's attached. It's a negative 4c. Negative 4c equals 17 minus 19. Well, 19 is bigger than 17, so we know we have a negative 2. All right, I'm still working on isolating my c. Now I'm going to use multiplication or division to undo the negative 4. This says negative 4 times c equals negative 2. I'm going to do the opposite of times or multiplication, which is divide. I'm going to divide each side by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. And I know that negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1. So I'm going to cancel that out. Bring down my c equals negative 2 divided by negative 4. You could definitely put that in your calculator. You'll get a decimal. I know that the negative divided by a negative is a positive. And I know that 2 over 4 is actually 1/2 if I reduce the fraction. Or 0.5, which is what you'd get if you put in the calculator. And either one of those is a good answer. Okay. Next example. (8x minus 6x minus 25 equals negative 35. That's a long one. Remember that we want to look for parentheses. I have no parentheses. I need to combine like terms. Okay. Well, let's look. Are there like terms on either side of the equal sign? 8x minus 6x minus 25. I know that 8x and negative 6x can go together. They are like terms. I'm going to go ahead and circle those. I know that these can go together. 8 minus 6 is 2, so I know that I have 2x minus 25 equals negative 35. All right, now I'm on my next part of the checklist. Moving variables to one side is our next lesson, so we don't have that yet. We just have one x here, or x on one side of the equation, I should say. So we need to add or subtract and then multiply or divide. Remember, we're trying to get x alone and isolated and solve for it. So we need to start with what's furthest away and peel away those layers. If I have a negative 25, I need to add 25 to both sides. And when I do that, negative 25 plus 25, we know that cancels out. It's 0. Bring down your 2x equals, and I have negative 35 plus 25. This is negative 10. I still am working on isolating that x. This says 2 times x, so I know I need to divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we're just going to cancel it out because we don't need to write 1x. 1x is just x equals negative 10 divided by 2. We know we'll have a negative number, and this is negative 5. And you have solved for x.